Hey learners, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to talk about a very important topic in advanced English, and that is active and passive voice. This is quite an elaborate topic, so we are going to do it in two parts. In this part we will be discussing about what is active and passive voice, the sentence structure, and why and when to use active and passive voice. And in the next video, we shall be learning how to change sentence in active voice into passive voice. So, let's start. Let us first talk about active voice. In active voice, the emphasis is given on the doer of the action, that is on the subject. What is the subject? Subject in a sentence is what we are talking about. It can also be the doer of the action. In active voice, the sentence structure is very simple. It is subject plus verb plus object. For example, the snake killed the mouse. Here, the doer of the action is the snake, that is the subject, killed is verb, and the mouse is receiving the action, that is, it is the object in a sentence. In this sentence, the subject snake is given emphasis on. The sentence is in active voice. And now, let us talk about passive voice. As the name suggests, the subject in passive voice is passive. Here, the emphasis is given more on the verb and the object rather than the subject. In passive voice, the subject and the object interchange their places. That is, the subject takes up the place of the object and the object takes the place of the subject. This helps in emphasizing on the object more than that on the subject. Hence, in passive voice, we give more emphasis on the object and the action which the object is receiving. Now, let's talk about the sentence structure in passive voice. Passive voice takes up this sentence structure: object plus helping verb. This helping verb must be a to be verb, plus the third form of the verb, plus by preposition, plus the subject. In passive voice, we have to use the preposition by before the subject, and we also have to use helping verb, which has to be a to be form of verb. Taking the same example in active voice, the example was the snake killed the mouse. The same example changing to passive voice, the mouse was killed by the snake. Here the emphasis is given on object, the mouse, and the subject and the mouse have already interchanged their places. Moreover, we have also used a to be verb, that is was. We have used the third form of the verb kill, killed, and we have also used the preposition by, which makes this passive voice complete. And now the question: what is the sense in swapping the places, subject taking place of object and object taking place of subject? What is the use of learning active and passive voice? So, we need to use passive voice in two situations. Number one, when you are completely unaware of the subject, you don't know what the subject is. And number two, when you want to give more emphasis to the object and the action rather than on subject. In these two cases, we use passive voice. Let us see few examples. First example, the house was being painted. We do not know by whom. We are unaware of the subject. Number two, the education policy will be implemented this year. We have to emphasize more on the object, the education policy, and the action of implementation rather than on the subject. We do not want to give the importance on the subject, but we want to give the importance to the object, that is education policy, and the verb implementation. That's all from my side in this video. Let us quickly revise what we have done in this video. We have seen what is an active voice. We have seen what is a passive voice. In active voice, the subject is active, and in the passive voice, emphasis is given on the object and on the action rather than on the subject. We have seen the sentence structure of active voice, subject plus verb plus object. And we have also seen the sentence structure of passive voice, that is object plus to be form of the verb plus third form of the verb plus by preposition plus the subject. We have learned that we use passive voice when we are unaware of the subject and when we want to give emphasis to the object and the verb more than that of subject. That's all from my side. In the next video, we'll be learning how to change active voice into passive voice. Stay tuned. I hope this helps. Happy learning.